Welcome to Behind the Bar with Steve. Now this is episode 55, and how the hell are you doing? So hey, now this episode, I wanted to do something I've been meaning to do for a while, but wanted to take the opportunity of having an episode, or is it going to be a show about nothing? There's not something going on. We're free to do something new here. But what we're going to be doing is taking the show all the way back to its roots, all the way back to its old episode 1, where we showcase the bar itself. A lot of the times it's me up here behind the bar. I mean, that is the primary aspect of the show. Me back here behind the bar talking about something, making up some drinks, doing this and doing that. But in episode 1, it was all about the bar. And it's been a while. I've updates to the bar. There are things that are new. And there are new viewers. There is new viewership. People who have not experienced episode 1. People who may not have been shown around the bar. We're doing a lot of tours. I've had people over lately doing tours for people. People were coming over. They wanted to see the bar. I showed them around the bar. I realized there's so much that's changed with the bar. Upgrades. Little things here and there. That the viewership, the audience of the show Behind the Bar with Steve, they need another look around the bar. A lot of it's right here looking at me. Now we want to get out there and check out this old bar. It's what makes the show possible. I know there's going to be one of these no bar, these, you just do a show about anything. If the show was made about the bar, because I wanted to showcase the bar. And I wanted the bar to be useful. It's useful for being down here, having a good time, having a drink and all that, but another way it could be useful is to do a little bit of social media. Stream some videos, talk about some stuff. Entertain. The primary aspect is to entertain. We want to make people laugh or just interest people in some way. Whether it does or doesn't, it's just an attempt. We just try. This is what we try to do. I always start these episodes by pouring myself a nice drink. I generally, like lately, because I've been drinking my stuff neat from a Glencairn glass. I'm going to have something on the rocks. Just a nice cold one. A nice cold whiskey drink. I like to break out the bourbon tonight. Throw in some ice. Got my ice in the ice. What should we drink? I like Jefferson's Ocean's Aged at Sea. They take the bourbon out on a ship and have motion aging. It's motion aging. As the water's rocking in the waves and in the water, it's creating movement with the whiskey, the bourbon. The bourbon interacts with the wood around it. It's in a wooden barrel, a wooden cask. Oak. It's like self-infusing itself with the flavors from the wood when you use motion. There's a lot of different methods of making whiskey. Everybody's trying to find a new and exciting way of making whiskey and aging whiskey. This was their idea down at Jefferson's. It's Jefferson's bourbon that they take on the ocean, and it's a nice, smooth whiskey with a lot of good flavor. I believe people say that's just a silly gimmick, but I believe that it makes it interesting, and it makes a nice, smooth flavor, I feel. Maybe it is just a gimmick, but it is trying something new to do something new. So I know I have a nice bourbon. And it is smooth. It's nice and smooth. Woody and oaky. As most bourbon is. Love bourbon. It's really good stuff. If you're not into bourbon, consider trying it out. Maybe start off with something maybe on the rocks. You want to get you into drinking it straight, though. But you could drink it on the rocks. It helps to mellow it out a little bit. Sometimes a nice mellow, chill taste is a nice, enjoyable bourbon. You can then also progress into trying to drink it neat. It's little sips. It's not big gulps. It's not like chugging down a beer. We're trying to enjoy it, and we're searching for the flavors in the sip. You take the sip, you swallow it, and here come the flavors. And what do you taste? What are you looking for? Looking for some sweetness? You were looking for some oakiness. Those are the things you're going to get from bourbon. You're searching for those nice flavors, and it's a nice, enjoyable drink, and you gotta get used to it. I love it. I've loved that I've gotten into it. I've been in for it for a while, a long time, and it's good drinking. I'm telling you that. Let's get out here and check out the bar. If you're if you're a viewer from the beginning, you'll be like, oh, we know about that. We know about those things you were showing, you show. But there's some people, there's some newer viewers that don't know. So we're going to be looking at things like I've never shown the bar before. But then also you'll notice how much has changed. And I'm going to point out the things that have changed over the time. This has been on for a year. And a few months. A year and a few months of the show. The bar's about a year and a half. Almost 2 years. I've had the house and the bar for almost 2 years. The show, about a year and some months. All right, let's check it out. So I always like to start starting it right from the door. So you're coming in this door, hitting the bolt. And we got a welcome sign. We got the Bears. It's a Cabin in the Woods bar. I call it Steve's Cabin in the Woods bar. You'll see why. It looks like a cabin in the woods. It looks like the bar's out on the deck of a cabin. Because it's got like a window and it's a old cabin tavern feel. And that's what we got. And so then I have this picture on the wall. A nice scenic portrait on a piece of wood. This is on a piece of wood. These are shelves. I keep old finished bottles that I want to keep around and as a collectible. They'll be adding up on these shelves. And I put some decals on the wall. Just give a little bit more of the theme. This is America, a bass and a deer skull and the American flag. That's what these shelves are for, old bottles that I want to keep around. This is the famed tree. This is the famed Christmas tree. It's year-round. I don't take it down. It's nailed into the wall. It helps add to the theme of the bar, and that's why I've decorated with all these ornaments. They're all outdoors themed ornaments. Sasquatch, but then also like wolves. And that's just a Navy bear. I keep it on there. I was in the Navy. Bears, a fox, a moose, got antlers hanging there. You just kind of, you're checking it out. You're seeing what all these different things I've collected to put on the tree, all these ornaments to put on the tree. But I just keep this tree up year round. They're not Christmas ornaments. It's all just outdoorsy ornaments. The pine cones, some deer stuff, a skunk. When I'm out shopping around, I like to find certain things that go with this bar. Sometimes it's a nice ornament. I'll put it on the tree. We got do not pet the fluffy dogs, referring to those bears. Got a bass there on the wall. A Budweiser neon sign. This is a bit newer. I've been showcasing it in some episodes where we just kind of look at it real quick. But this, look, it's a Budweiser neon sign, just like you would find in a real bar. A Trump 555 memoriam, just to remember that crazy day, that crazy incident. That is a Gettysburg picture. That's from the Gettysburg Cemetery. It's a cool memorial. It's a beautiful scenic little area of the National Gettysburg Cemetery. It looks nice. It's pretty. We have a picture of it. This is my stereo. It plays music. You can blast some good music. American flag that's hung there. It's a nice vintagey looking one. And now these are things that are new that people wouldn't have seen in the first episode. And we're hanging bar signs. Classic, almost vintagey bar signs. A Budweiser sign, a Yingling Lager sign, a Sam Adams. Beer, it's what's for dinner. And a Michelob. If I find these old bar signs, I'll collect them and start slapping them up on the wall. And I got a 9/11, a World Trade Center, 9/11, 65-inch screen TV. Great for video games and movies. This could be a little theater. This also adds as a little bit of a theater. So I got the big TV and might as well have it go with the vibe. Have what's on there going with the vibe. More bar sign over here. More room for more bar signs when I get them. A dartboard. Got a dartboard hung here. Another door to just a back room of the basement. And one of my favorite things down here is the woods on the wall. It's a mural. It's a whole mural on the wall. And it's the woods. It's like you're walking in the woods. And I do a lot of hiking and outdoors activities. So I like having the woods on the wall. This is also something new. This shelf, I bought it a few months ago. It's to create nice collections of pictures and things. This right here, a couple pictures I found, the woods, a nice roaring stream. I got the light to light that up. We're going to have an episode about it. This is it's all started with this right here, a bottle of bourbon, an Old Crow, but it's signed by a legendary World War II ace, triple ace. His name is Clarence Anderson, Bud. I call him Bud Anderson, and I got his signed picture too. These are real signed artifacts from this guy, and then I have the model of his plane, the Old Crow. He named the plane after the bourbon. So therefore, in his later years, he was signing the bottles of Old Crow. Because that's his favorite bourbon. That's why he named the plane. And he is a legendary pilot of World War II. We're going to have episodes about that. We're going to dive real deep into that. It's a talking piece, and that's why I got it. And because it's cool. And I think the guy's really cool. The lamp with the Bombay Sapphire, and then you got the bar itself here. The main piece, the main thing. We got our bar. Got this sign. This is newer. Welcome to Steve's Cabin in the Woods, and this is behind the bar with Steve. It's a nice little thing to have, like a nice bar sign. The mountains are calling me. These are little coasters. Little coasters that all go with the theme. This is squats around and find out. It's a nice, about Sasquatch. You never know if he's out there. You don't know. Shot glass collection. Many shot glasses. Places I've been. mugshots, classic criminals, places I've been, Stroudsburg Railroad, Gettysburg, New York City, where I'm from, all kinds of different things. You come down here, you check out all the different shot glasses I have and flight glasses, and I got the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence shot glasses. All kinds of shot glasses. Cool shot glass collection. I got a replica cannon, Civil War cannon, to go with the cannon shot glass, Gettysburg. And whiskey tobacco candle. Always got to light a nice candle. Gives a nice good bar scent. Whiskey tobacco. Or I've done a rum and oak. You gotta have the bar smelling, giving the right vibe. Here's where I keep the good stuff. This is the bourbon shelf. This is the top shelf. High priced or rare to hard to find bourbons up here. Good stuff up here. I've showcased a bunch of these in episodes. If you go back on old episodes, I showcased this stuff. And all the bourbon, all the good bourbons. Some of my favorite bourbons, Buffalo Trace, Woodford Reserve, Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, got some Four Roses, Small Batch Select, and from a Pennsylvania distillery, the Keir Family Distillery. Love that stuff. I keep the other stuff down here that I use for making drinks and stuff with. I got a bunch of vodka, gin, and I keep the Irish whiskey down here. Some Cointreau, some Jim Beam Vanilla, Firefly. I keep a lot of this other stuff that I need to make good drinks and stuff down here. I try to have just about anything so I can make any kind of drink. San Francisco Trolley Decanter. What else? The torch lights, like the lamps, like they're vintagey, like it's an old cabin. Got a Bear, Miller Light Barrel, and you got my old vintage sink, classic bar sink with the pump handle. It's good for washing the dishes. Then you gotta freshen up your dishes, wash the dishes so you can make some more drinks and stuff. A whole belt of 50 cal rounds. And these are bullet casings that go all along the bar. 12 gauge. I think some 38s and stuff like that. They're all bullet casings. They're all part of the bar. They all go all around the bar. Some nice stone structure here. The chairs. What else? And yeah, that's about it. And then just some electric fireplaces. I didn't have them on before. Now they're on. Cool electric fireplaces. 2 of them. One came with the entertainment center and one I had. I would love for that to work, but it's gas and it needs a whole inspection and proper installation. One day maybe that thing will be roaring, but not right now. It's too dangerous. So that's it. That's Steve's Cabin of the Woods Ball. So there you go. If you're a new viewer that's never got properly showed around the bar before, well, there you got. And then if you're you've been shown around before, but maybe now you're seeing I've done a lot of things, a lot of new things. I pointed out things I did that was new, and also kind of pointed out some things that were old, but there are new viewers. They want to see the stuff too. So that's it for this one. Just wanted to do a tour of the bar. Haven't done one in a while. I think I want to do one where another thing where I do a silent walkthrough. I'm not talking. It's all ambiance. It's all just a little music on. And this is like if you walked in the door and you're somebody who just wants to come in and take a nice look around. You're coming in and you're taking a nice look around. And that would be a cool little thing I do. It'll be a real quick version of going around the bar and looking at things. So that's it for this one. We're out of here. I'm out of here. You have a good one.